gotta touch the light, I'm sorry. Ready or not, I'm on my way. Baby, sprinkle me just like E40. My people gotta see the light of day. It's shining down, so follow me.
We doing it, nothing you can do with it, but roll the window down, relax and let the music hit.
Hey, on this episode of the Trevor Jackson Podcast, I got La Familia, friend of the show, Jay Bush on the show. He just released the first of his trilogy project. He got a trilogy project, man, and it's dope. It's already just dope to me. The first part of 3 of the trilogy of Full Beard, he released Peach Fuzz. And man, I put on the description for y'all to go check it out before he came on the podcast, man. I hope y'all went and checked that thing out because it's dope now. But Jay Bush last year, he released multiple singles. He released Raindrops, Ringside Seats, Agree. He was featured on Ringside Seats. I don't know if that was his single. He was featured on that, and it was dope. And he released Grow It Out, the single. So with no further ado, I got to bring Jay Bush in on the podcast, man. I'm highly appreciative that he got to come on. He was one of the first people that I reached out to when I created the podcast. I said, cuz, you got to get on the show now. To show the people your talent, man, because you super dope now. So no further ado, I gotta bring in Jay Bush, man. Let's get it, fam. What it do, family?
Yo, not much. Yo, what up, y'all?
Hey, man, hey, they gotta go get the Peach Fuzz, fam.
Yes,
hey,
you gotta get the Peach Fuzz. Mandatory.
Yeah. So, like, what was the creative process behind the Peach, like not just the Peach Fuzz, but the thought process of the Full Beard trilogy? What made you decide that you want to make it a trilogy, fam?
Well, originally the project started out as just a one complete album. That was basically what it was. And like the concept behind it was basically a discussion that the collective and I like. So first, let me back up a little bit. I'm part of a group called the Good God Collective. So we're a hip hop collective out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and basically like we produce projects together and also like do work in our community to uplift our community. So we were having a discussion a while ago about just the whole ideal of masculinity and like how do we reframe and like present masculinity, you know, in this overly sensitive world we kind of live in, you know what I mean? Like to be real with you, I don't know how to slice it, you know, like how do we present that? And just over time, the whole concept of the beard came around, you know. It started out as like a little funny thing, you know, we was joking about it. Like, you know, like it was winter time at the time when we started talking about it. So it was like full beard winter. So we make jokes about doing manly stuff like chopping wood, you know. But then like, you know, that just kind of went a little deeper and I decided to like, yo, I want to make some art around that. I want to produce music around the concept of masculinity and growing into a man, you know. And then just through the process of making an album, the homies were like, yo, man, why don't you break it up and like drop like phases? So actually Kobayashi and I was having a discussion. He's another artist in the collective. He was like, yo, man, chop it up and like give people more to actually like bite on to and sink their teeth into over time. Okay, word. So then we broke it up into 3 parts, you know, and each phase represents the phase you go through and growing that beard. So that was inspiration, just discussions with the homies.
Hey, that's crazy that you said y'all have discussions of masculinity because the times we living in now, it's weird, man, being a masculine man.
Come on.
It's like,
come on.
It's over. Bro. Yeah. I know every human being have a masculine and a feminine trait though, but it seems like that masculinity now, it's like, I don't know, we dehumanize. They dehumanizing the masculine a black man at the end of the day also though.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. And that's really the core to it, because like originally we talked about doing a project called A Divine Masculine, right? So like doing a showcase of some form of art that basically that looks at what is divine, what is good about masculinity, what is good about it. You know, because there's always this stigma when you think about it. You think it's like it's aggressive or like it want to conquer all these ideas, right? But there's a divine aspect to it as well. So like that's really what really led me down this path to really take this idea a little more serious and like look think about creating art around it. Because like you said, man, it's what it is. It's what it felt like for a while, you know, and like in the circle that I kind of run around in, you know, like I'm around like a lot of creatives, a lot of artists. So like it seemed to me as if like every identity outside of masculinity wanting a space to be like recognized. You know what I mean? Like queer, whatever. Like I'm this, I'm that. Be sure that you know that when I come in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, not that we trying to elbow room. Like, yo, I'm a man. It's okay for me to be a man too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's elements to it. It's okay. You know, so.
Because being a
That's
masculine man isn't highlighted at this moment right now. Every other thing is highlighted. Even though I don't have nothing against, or we both don't have nothing against, because we creators at the end of the day, along with the individual. And something that I noticed about you releasing this project and that really caught my attention was that you got physical copy.
Oh yeah, physical.
Okay.
Need the physicals, man. Need a physical, man. Because look, we talking about masculinity. You know what I mean? We talking about like putting your hands in the dirt.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Doing the work. You want to be able to hold on to that. You know what I mean? So with this project, I decided to create like a lot of not necessarily products, but like just it's not about just selling the product, but really taking that time to craft the art properly. You know what I mean? And being sure that the audience can hold on to it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one aspect that I loved about growing up and like going to the store, like the record store, getting new CDs and opening it up and reading the manual, like the book and not manual, but the book. So yeah, I had to, man. Yeah.
Like back in the days, when we could get the physical copy from the store, they would have the listening booth and you could look at the credits and mastered it. And that's a lost art now in the game.
Yes.
So
yes, definitely.
So that's crazy. We talking about this because I have a discussion with people about streaming, and we don't know the value of a stream.
Yeah,
like we really don't know the value of a stream.
Don't know. Yeah.
Would you say like should artists get to the point where they releasing their music on their personal websites so they can get the most out of it instead of putting it on streaming sites first?
Yeah, brother. That's a question I've been asking myself a lot lately. You know, because I mean, it's just so convenient and easy for you just to upload it through DistroKid.
Yeah,
and you just have it. You know, just have it there. You know that convenience is can't beat it. You know, but at the same time, it's like you losing a lot if you're not creating that direct relationship with your audience or your consumer, and and not to get on like my trying to analyze the system too much, man. It feels like that is what the power structure does all the time. Try to find a way to wedge in that relationship between that consumer. So I personally believe every artist should move to that, to where they got their own platform. I mean, snap, like Jay-Z did it. He started Tidal. You know, it was like, yo, this is the new wave, so let me do a Tidal, you know, and stream my own stuff and create that relationship with the consumer. So yeah, man, if you have the ability to do that or find the folks that can help you with that, like I think that's the move, man. You gotta, man, especially hip hop. I mean, come on now, we blaze trails in this art form. So,
and that's a new way. I think that's going to become the new way of creating content, because a person can have 1 million views on YouTube and get $1,000. That's really not profitable. You can have 1 million streams through DistroKid and get $500. That ain't
facts. That ain't nut, bro. Like, man. Like, I just checked my DistroKid, bro. Like, fam, I'm gonna just be candid with y'all. I had my first album I dropped was 2018 through DistroKid. First album.
That was the debut.
In total, debut. Yeah. That was the first album. In 2018, I dropped the Power Ups album before this one right here.
Yeah.
So I probably pulled $97.
And
that's album sales and all that.
Yeah, that's
got thousands and thousands and thousands of streams. So like, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. And
it's crazy, bro.
Somebody in that's listed, they said, I enjoyed the album, the J. Bush album, and I'm looking forward to more in the comment section.
Appreciate that, Brody. Appreciate it.
And then Jack watching the pod also, he said, what's good, fam Mo? That's what cuz
said. What up, Jack?
Yeah. So man, like, that's wild to get those streams. It's really not profitable, but what's good about it, my opinion, is that it instantly make you worldwide. Yeah,
see, that's the benefit of it. It is. They got access to it. But like the stream is so full You know what I mean? Like getting through that static, that's the challenge. So like creating that relationship with your audience, that's the most important thing in the world, you know,
Yeah.
for real. So,
Like, okay, cuz so like it's a whole like I consider the hip hop music that you make. Tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong. It's
okay.
like pure hip hop. It's like I don't know, you genuinely being yourself is pure or the pure form of hip hop. And
Yeah.
and now in this social media age, we see so much ignorance going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have all this ignorance always been going on, and we just see it more because of the social media?
Oh God, that's a good question. Oh man, that's bro with the question. That's a good question, man. I mean, that's kind of a chicken or egg question. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to tell, but also like you think about it, man. Like you have more time to like, because like back in the day we had, in order for us to make a song or make a track, you know what I mean, back in the day we had to go to the studio, really get it cut, put it on, even on a tape cassette. Like that's when I started, when tapes was popping back when I was a kid, you know what I mean? So there was like a level of like hands-on with it, you know. But now we at a phase where you can just pop your phone up. People record stuff on their phone now and have like tracks laid out on their phone. Garage been on their phone, like man. So it leaves more room for the nonsense. It's just way more room for it. So like to answer your question, I feel like it kind of helped. I mean, social media and like this new current wave of, you know, technology. Like, yeah, bro, like it's way more ignorant. Dude, and like the TikTok dances they be doing and stuff, bro. Like, what's that one dance they be doing, bro, with the you know what I'm talking?
Yeah, I can't dance, so I can't.
What's that one joint they be doing, bro?
Yeah, they be all over the place putting the dances together. But the reason I asked you the question too, though, is because like that stuff is microwave. It come fast and it leaves fast. Yeah. So you heard me, fam. I said no homo. I had to keep myself.
Yeah. That's a pause right there.
Extremely a pause. But music that you made, I can feel it. So people don't realize the most successful artists, hip hop artists, still exist, make that type of music. Facts. They can like Cole, Kendrick, Nas. They can go away for 2 years and come back, and you still have that feeling. These artists that's making that microwave music, they can't leave for 6 months. You're gonna forget about it.
Yeah.
So
that's I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And that's how I look at it. Like in my creative process, man, I look at how can I make something that my child can look back on, like have pride in, you know. And yeah, man, that's just that's where I'm at, man. And I will say, speaking of Cole, don't you recall that that little that beef he had with that dude? What's that dude name? You know what I'm talking about? The cat did the Gucci.
Gucci, Lil Pump, the Trump.
Lil Pump, yeah. The Trump supporter, Lil Pump.
Yeah.
What song? Like, was it 1985? The track where he like laid out his whole destiny, like gonna be on Love and Hip Hop.
Man, that was positive diss.
Bro, was it not though? Like Cole, man, he talked to him like pops. But
he is.
But for real, like facts, bro. But I think what Cole said in that track really illustrates like what you said about the microwave stuff, man. It's like, man.
That's wild, man. And we got my boy Troy to be on the Two Brothers.
Troy, what up? We got to do Two Brothers as well. We got to do Two Brothers.
We got to. He said, I like Jay Bush and his crew. Pure creativity and music that will keep them from getting shot at for real. Real talk. He said it'll keep them from getting shot at.
Yeah, for real, man. It's not the goal. Not trying to be in that situation.
Don't nobody want to get shot over a record now.
Man.
That's crazy. So, like, when I look back at your catalog or whatever, I appreciate the music connecting with me through the visual art also.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you create your own graphics?
I do. Well, I'm a graphic design artist. So, like, there's elements of design that I can't achieve. For example, like the Peach Fuzz artwork. I had an artist draw the line work for the character. So the kid praying, somebody drew the line work. I did all the coloring. I did the clouds. I did like the moon, all of that, right? So I typically like I'm very hands on with that aspect of it too, because like for the most part, when I envision a project, I see the artwork, I see the concept of like the music, I see like the style, the texture of it. So I typically like kind of visualize the whole process of the project, you know, and how I'm going to achieve it. So yeah. And also for those who don't know, I am a graphic design artist as well by trade. So I do that for like a day job, you know. And so I utilize those skills for my projects as well. So yeah. So to answer your question, yes, I do, in conjunction with getting help from other artists as well.
Okay, that's what's up. Because the creative aspect of music now, to me, it has elevated. Like a person might not know who the individual is they listening to, but now that we in this streaming age, we got to take advantage of it. Your artwork got to be better than average when somebody is looking through on those apps. That'll make them click on it. So I feel like the images nowadays have elevated from, you know what I mean, back when Cash Money had the and all of that on No Limit. Everybody thought those was dope back in the day, but those are through. So I seen you release some singles and you did some features in 2020, fam. How busy was your 2020 in the music game, fam?
To be honest, like I was primarily focusing on like producing Peach Fuzz. So like that was like my primary focus. And like some of the singles I dropped actually are from songs in the series of like this trilogy. So like example, the I Agree track is actually the first song I wrote for the Four Beard trilogy. That was the first track I wrote. And that's actually one of the last project. So so yeah, man, it was fairly busy. I feel like I was just trying to figure out how to present this project and just kind of like finish writing it. So 2020 was basically like in the lab all year. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like, man, tell me about like production, because when I listen to it, I don't hear like the normal sounds. That it's not everybody using the same BPMs now, the same instruments, the same 808s. When I listen to the Peach Fuzz record, I heard live instrumentation. Are you doing this production also, fam? Or you got to?
The collective supports. It's like similar to how I go about my design work, my artwork. Like I have the skills to produce. So I play piano, like to a degree. I'm not like beast, but I can program really well and I produce really well in terms of understanding how I want the sound. But also I pull in artists. For example, like a lot of bass lines on the album is actually played from a guy in the collective named John Augustus. He's like a phenomenal bass player, like probably the best bass player in the city. So like he licks all the bass, so it's like live instrumentation in conjunction with the digital, you know. So it's MIDI, so like MIDI piano and all that. So a lot of stuff's MIDI and live instrumentation. Like for example, the Sprout song you played on the intro. That's actually a live trumpet player. I had a trumpet player actually lay that down. Yeah. So we had a live trumpet. Had some like classical pianists come out and play a couple joints. So yeah, it's a collective process. Like I really try to utilize all the tools in the collective to produce. So yeah,
it's noticeable too, because when I listen to music, I try to listen to the warmth of it. I can tell when somebody is real techie, or they purchasing beats off of BeatStar or YouTube. It's just flat. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have feeling. Because coming from the CD era, you put a CD in the car compared to hooking up through the Bluetooth from your phone, you can tell them a big difference.
Yes. Facts. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, we done got in the talk now, ain't it?
Come on, man. Yeah, into the technical talk. That's why physicals are important as well too. You want to like get people that highest quality that they can possibly get. Aside from record, that's my big goal. I want to get these joints on record for real, man.
That'll be crazy. Yeah. So I asked Kobayashi on the podcast about the 16 bar challenge.
Oh yeah.
And Kobayashi said Bush came up with that idea. I said, oh really? I can't wait to get on the podcast and tell me, how did you come up with that idea, fam? What was the thought process behind it? Because that was a challenging idea now.
Yeah, that was wild, man. Dang, that was so long. What year was that? 2015, 14?
But that's still like
15.
y'all need to revisit that now.
Yeah, man, dude, that one right there. So like, well, the idea basically came, man. Like I was about to have my first son, and basically just trying to find myself creatively, and like, and something like, and I was actually reading a lot of Napoleon Hill and Earl Nightingale. It was like two authors that I like really follow immensely, and like one thing that Earl Nightingale talked about. Well, first off, to make folks familiar with Earl Nightingale that don't know, Earl Nightingale was like an extremely well-known, just self-help, like spoken word artist, basically. Like he would record these audios about just how to improve your life, and just ways to shift your perspective, right? And he was also a protege of Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill was the author that wrote Think and Grow Rich. And that's like one of the most renowned success books of all time. But anyway, like I was following him immensely at the time, and like one thing he talked about was like creating new habits, right? And it was like, if you do something for 30 days straight, right, and stick to it, do diligently, essentially that after that 30 days, it'll become a habit. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like I need to write more. I want to treat my art as if it's a sport. I don't want to just do it all willy-nilly.
Yeah.
When I feel like it. So I'm gonna spit a verse online one day. I wrote a verse. I'm gonna issue a challenge out to the homies. Call it 30-16 challenge. So for 30 days straight, write 16 bars to create a new habit. Right. So I spit the verse. I challenged a couple artists. I think Spook was one of them. Bobby Fuego. These are local artists out of Knoxville. Yeah. And they're dope. Look them up. Spook, Bobby Fuego. And they were the first artists that hopped on. And like they were like dope MCs. Period. Right.
Yeah.
So they hopped on, and it caught like wildfire. The whole city hopped on. Then we had artists in California hop on. Then from California to Japan, and like, yo, it expanded. Like, yeah, it went international. Like for real, it was crazy. All the artists that got involved with it, and also to be honest with you, what kind of stopped it was too much for me to manage. I'm like, oh man, oh god, I didn't know I was gonna get this big. I don't want the rap, yo. I didn't want to be an organizer and facilitator. Because like we started doing these award ceremonies as well, so we had to like not zoom in, but Skype people in from across the nation, and like I had to reward folks that finished the challenge. So I'm sending off like T-shirts and like plaques to people out and around the world.
Yeah, that costs money. That costs good money.
Out of my pocket, bro. And I was like a bar, not a bartender, but I was like a door guy at a bar. Like I wasn't making no bag like that, So, but yeah, that was our idea. 30 days, create a new habit.
That's crazy because that's like a cardiovascular exercise. That'll have somebody ready a whole. That's a couple of albums worth of verses.
Yes, bruh. Yes, yeah, fam. And like, man, and it's crazy too. Like there was times where I'd be like, I gotta get my verse in a day. I started this challenge, so I can't miss a day. You know what I mean? What I look like, bro. I'll be in the bathroom at work, spitting a verse real quick. I'm write my verse real quick, and post it. So it was like, yeah.
Oh, it
was a challenge.
That was real exercise right there. And like,
yeah, for real.
You mentioned something in one of your verses about the Alchemist. Now, that's one of my books. Now,
okay, it's Alchemist turning metal into gold. Yeah.
I heard that immediately.
Alchemist is dope.
Yeah.
So,
how has reading played a part in your lyrical ability, man?
Man, to be real with you, without it, bro, I probably would have stopped rapping by now. If I wasn't taking in new information and like new knowledge, like I won't have nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
you gotta continue.
You need that period of downloading. You know what I mean? Downloading information. You gotta download. But yeah, man. The Alchemist, that was a dope book. Like I feel like that line meant two things for me as well too. So alchemy is like the art of the science of turning base metals into gold, right? So there's also a spiritual level to that as well, and I feel like the book talks about that also.
Yeah.
But that line also meant like evolving spiritually. So we taking situations or like ourselves and evolving ourselves in that process, So
not to try to minimize the project from what I'm thinking, what I'm about to say, but it seemed like to me, overall, I took growth from this project. It was about growth overall.
Yeah.
Growing as a human being.
Yeah.
That's
real simple. Real simple. And like the reason why it is Peach Fuzz, and like there's a spiritual undertone to it as well, because it's like in order for you to create something new for yourself, you're going to be in a phase where you don't see it. You're not going to see it at first. You know what I mean? You can't really see Peach Fuzz, but you got to get a certain angle to kind of see it. You know what I mean? So it's about growth, but there's a spiritual undertone to it as well. It's like it takes faith first, you know. And I'm walking around with a beard now, so it's a testament. Yo, it's real.
It's a full.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a full beard now, but it always starts there, you know. So it's what it's about, growth. Simple as that.
Should I be player hating on the album, cause I can't grow. I'm
you can't grow a beard, bro.
Dude, fam, I ain't even growing. I'm 40. No.
You grow a beard, but it's like this though. It's like this. It's about the energy. You know what I mean? The full beard is like whatever. It's a metaphor. Like I thought about selling shirts to say it's not about the beard though.
we got somebody. We got somebody calling in on the podcast. I think they want to talk to you, fam.
Yeah. Come on in.
Hold up.
Stop touching the beard.
Hold up. Let's get it popping. I gotta get them connected on the thing, fam. You calling in to the Trevor Jackson podcast. We got Jay Bush on the show. What you gotta say to Jay Bush, fam?
Yeah, I just want to say what's happening first and foremost, man. What's good, cuz?
Can't you hear him, Bush?
Yo, living the dream, bro. I hear him living the dream, bro. Hey, I can't complain, bro. All good.
That what's up? You know you talking to?
I can't tell you. Who this?
This your family, man. This Jack.
Who this?
It's Jack. Justin.
Oh, Jack, what up? Oh, what up? Oh, Justin, what up, G? My guy, Justin. Oh, you got the wine, bro. You got the wine. I need a glass of that. What up, Justin? How you been, Brody?
And I'm good, man. I'm at work right now, man. Just listening to your segment with Cuz, man. Yeah. And I just want to ask a quick question, man. I know
love, bro.
We do a podcast on Fridays, man. Jackson Boys, and we go through fives and stuff every week. And I was just wondering, what was your top 5 artists of all time, man, or whatever? Ooh. I'm just curious as to see what you got. If you can throw something out there, you know what I mean. And that's all I was wondering. I love you, man, and it's good to see you, good to hear you, man. And I can't wait to get on that album, man.
Yeah, you got to bump that album.
That's love. Hey, love you too, cuzzo, man. I miss you, and I appreciate that question. That's a big one, though. You said top 5 of all time. Like, is there you mean musical artists or like
your top 5? Yeah, your top 5 artists, man.
His top. No order, just 5.
Right, I'm gonna hang up and
I bet. All right, cuzzo. All right.
Okay. All right, cuz. I love you.
Got you.
I
love you too, cuzzo.
Chill.
All right. So, of all time, bro.
In the forehead, fam.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Pac was in there. He's out now. So yeah, Pac's out. We'll talk about that later. We ain't got to go into that discussion.
Okay.
But he's out now. But let me see. I gotta go with Q-Tip. Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest. Q-Tip dope. Like, I feel like just the way his texture of his voice sounds and how he utilizes that, and like how he writes his bars where it's so like fun. His bars. And then the way he produces, like the way he finds the sound he want. Like, I feel like I produce a lot like Q-Tip. Q-Tip, like, he finds the sound he want. He pull the people in position, and he know how to get he know a way around the boards.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And he produced that real. Got some grit, like some feeling. Feel it, bro. Yeah. So Q-Tip, one of them.
Okay.
Andre 3 Stacks.
Okay.
Always 3 Stacks. I feel like, dude, the bars was just ridiculous. He's just a crazy writer. Erykah Badu.
Okay. Now you talking.
bro. I love Badu, fam. Of all time, bro. Of all time, bro. Of all time. Of all time.
Yeah, of all time, fam.
Biggie. Biggie, yeah, like
that's the first one of something that I'm noticing a trend of something, but he the first one that's out that trend of something that you've been doing so far.
Yeah, Biggie, man, he's his storytelling is just ridiculous. I love great storytellers, and he just come on, bro. Like
he got 2 projects.
Only got two. Come on, bro.
And still bumping the day.
And like artists, like so Dilla, like I think Jay Dilla is
he slept on, but he ain't.
He not. It's hard because I got 2. I got Dilla and Nujabes. Now Nujabes is actually a Japanese producer that actually was the founder of lo-fi hip hop, and I love lo-fi, and that's actually some of the inspiration behind the Peach Fuzz project. It's like lo-fi hip hop. I know that's like 6, but Nujabes and
give us some honorable mentions. Throw some ones out of there. Some honorable mentions, then, fam.
Honorable mentions. Let me see. Honorable mentions. Pharrell Williams.
Gots to be.
Yeah, man. It's the way I love his production. The way he produces is crazy. So Pharrell Cole, K Dot, like,
yeah.
When it's all said and done, Kendrick he gonna be like, yeah, bro.
He gonna make another album.
You don't think so, fam?
I think he ain't even gonna say that he ain't gonna make another album. I think he like Andre 3000. He'll be back 25 years from now.
I think you're right, fam. And they both Gemini too. They both Geminis.
Yeah. Ooh.
So yeah. So yeah. K Dot. I mean Cole. He gonna be when it's all said and done. Cole gonna be
the greatest. Yeah.
One of the greatest of all time, bro.
What's crazy about what? Go ahead. My fault. I'm cutting you off.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you good. Go ahead.
Crazy about the artists that you mentioning. All of the artists except Biggie. I think Biggie was multi-talented too, though. But all of the artists that you mentioned is capable of engineering, mixing, mastering, producing, singing, and rapping. They can do it all.
Yes.
All the artists you mentioned was versatile.
Yes, definitely. Dude, I feel like Nip, like Nipsey Hussle. Like the one thing that he talked about that really stuck with me was like, yo, if you can't figure out how to do every aspect of it, you really going to hurt your business. You know what I mean? Like Nip was like, man, he be in the studio with like an engineer, and he say he want a sound, and they say they can't do it. So, okay, well, move, scoot over, let me show you. So he'll hop in a tree and like, let me show you what you mean. You can't make it what you talking about, bro.
Yeah, we don't use.
You know what I mean?
We don't use that word. Can't you gotta?
Yeah.
That's
man. So like, I think that's important, man. You gotta, and also like you're cutting the cost to a degree. You know.
Yeah. He said, "I bet you I didn't know that list was going to go that direction." I did.
Oh no.
I didn't know that list was gonna go that direction. Being honest with you. So in the studio, you gotta you done booked the day at the crib relaxing. You got 12 hours in the yo.
Okay.
I'm creating no matter what I'm doing here. But what is some essentials you gotta have, fam? Before you sit down, you like, oh, I need these 6 bottles of water or whatever. I just gotta have these essentials.
Oh man, look at you with the questions. So like you mean essentials that you need in the space while you in the lab working, right?
The vibe to create the J Bush.
Vibe. All right. I need my incense, right?
Okay.
So first, the floor got to be vacuumed. Whole place got to be clean.
Okay.
Spick and got to be on point. Tables got to be wiped off. Space got to be right. And I need to get my incense right. I'm big on scents. It got to smell right in the joint. If it smell weird, I'm off.
Yeah.
Got to have the incense, a couple candles. You know what I mean? Have them set in the booth, not in the studio, the engineering table, and we good. And you know, I stay with the tea. Tea is important. You need the hot tea with the honey.
Keep your throat clear.
All that. All that got to be right. So keep the throat clear. So the hot tea and the honey, and then the cool water as well. It's like, hot, cold. Keep that water,
Yeah.
And, basically. And so for me, that's my routine. And I also like to offer that for artists that come in and record as well. But the biggest thing before you even get to the studio, before we even get there, practice.
You got to know what you're doing before you do it.
Know what you're doing before you do it. Don't go in there and try to.
Ain't no procrastinating now.
Come on, man. Like I treat myself when I'm studio like I'm clocking in hourly. You know what I mean? Like it's an hourly clock in, so I don't want to be in there like just loafing. Like I treat it as if I'm paying hourly.
People don't know, but my last project that I released, it was a taxable situation.
Wow.
I got the paperwork. I had to file it on my taxes when I paid.
Wow.
Studio section. The engineer Maya, he gave me the login, the hourly rate. He gave me my receipt. It's a taxable situation, so ain't no such thing as procrastinating when you go on the
What you said, for real.
It's work, for real.
For real, man. For real, man. It takes so much.
Yeah. He said, Elroy Jenkins said, after listening to the album, the list is crystal clear.
Yeah, man.
YouTube inspiration, fam. So
yeah.
You said your top 5 inspiration. Is it any of the current artists that's releasing music now that has any inspiration? Ooh, that's a meme.
Ooh, okay. That's a meme. Yeah, that's fire. Anybody currently right now that's inspiring me?
Be honest, man.
Who is it? I mean, Cole, Ken, like they inspire me, like those cats.
Yeah. That's hard, ain't it?
It's hard, bro, because
it's microwave world.
Nah, bro. I mean, Big Sean, he cold. I love Big Sean. That dude dope.
Yeah.
Travis Scott, his production crazy. So like he inspires me. Like there's artists that inspire me for different reasons. Example, MIA inspires me. You know who MIA is? The Paper Planes, dude. MIA inspires me, but on a whole nother. Her music inspires me, but like what she stand for inspires me, and how clear she is about what she stand for. It ain't no like you're not gonna guess with her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
She on a song with Travis Scott.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, that joint hard. Yeah. What's that track called?
Who's a creative? Right? I don't know the name of the track. You know who's a creative that's different, and I don't know how you feel about his music, but I gotta ask you the question.
Okay.
It's artist. His creativity is crazy to me. It's Young Thug.
Yeah.
He don't say
bro.
Sound good.
Yeah, bro. It just but like he's like an instrument. He turned his voice into an instrument.
Okay.
And when you can do that, bro, like fam, like it's beyond language. You're an instrument now. It's like feelings. You can communicate that with your voice.
Okay.
So bro, I agree. Thug is bro. Yeah, good example. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Thug fire.
Thug super fun. Yeah. So we done been on the pod 40 minutes. I ain't gonna take too much more of your time. I got 2 more questions, and we're gonna wrap it out, fam. And I appreciate you being on the podcast, man. You one of the first guests that I reached out to. I said I got to get Jay Bush on the podcast.
Appreciate it, bro. Blessings.
So, fam, I see you and Alonzo got a lot of records together.
Okay.
You know, I know y'all in the crew. You know, the Good Guy Collective, y'all in the crew together. But like, what is y'all creative relationship like? Like when y'all getting together, creating the records, y'all got the cash out, y'all got the for the joint, and it's all on fire. Y'all got videos to probably all the records that y'all created.
Yeah.
Tell me about y'all creative relationship, man.
Man, well, first off, that's bro right there. Like Lonzo, like my brother for real. Super cool cat, man. You know, and, our relationship is interesting, man. Like I first met Alonzo a couple years back when we were doing a collective project. We're doing a project called Songs of Love 2. Like it was like a Valentine's Day release, right? And we needed a dope vocalist, it's a good singer. And like, and, you know, Atticus, Black Atticus, he's in the collective. He's an artist in Knoxville. Look him up. He's dope. Like Atticus, legend.
Super dope.
Dope, super dope. But Atticus had a relationship with him because he recorded on a song with Atticus. So I'm like, yo, like we need a vocalist. He brought Alonzo over. Then he sung on one of the songs. And ever since, I'm like, yo, you the homie, bro. We got to work. And from that, man, like we come together and like a lot. It's like every album I've done, Alonzo's involved, and we did like little projects here and there. But like our process is really simple. Like a lot of times, like I'll have like a song idea, for example, Cash App Money. I actually had that whole song in my head, like when I was DJing the show for like it was a whack show. I DJ'd a whack show, really whack show for these artists that came in town for like this social justice organization, right? They were like they were called FTP, F the police. They're trying to ruin like in prisons or whatever, right? So after the show, like the rappers was whack, everybody was whack. But at the end of the show, they was like, hey, yo, y'all can support us. Here's our Cash App, our Venmo. Here's all our information. And I'm like, nigga, I just DJ this show for y'all. And y'all ain't pay me a dime. Show was trash. And y'all asking for Cash App. Like, no, where's my Cash App, buddy? You know what I mean? So like,
that's so crazy.
So from now, bro, I just had this hook. The hook just came in my mind. Who wants my Cash App? Who? So y'all can send me Cash App, buddy. And then I called Lonzo about like, yo, got an idea for a track, bro. Let's get up. My guy Lonzo. So Lonzo and I sit down, bro, and like we wrote the whole thing out from there. You know, he wrote his verse out. He like found the notes. You know, I have like a rough idea on my mind, and this cat he'll bring it to life. So that's how me and Lonzo work, man. I have an idea, and he'll expound upon it. And for example, Sprout was an idea. I had like a melody in my mind. I brought the melody to him, and he was like, let's find the words for it. And we wrote the words together. So we'll sit down and write stuff together, or have a song, and like, or he'll hear something in my head and he'll make it sound better and make it his own. So yeah, that's kind of how I go. We just bounce off of each other.
Hey, that's what's up. Y'all make real dope music, man. I really appreciate that. And I started really checking your music out when I heard the Peanut Butter video. I seen the video. I was like, damn, cousin, them dope over there now. Troy reached out to Lonzo to do the Two Brothers podcast.
Two brothers gonna work it out, bro.
Man, I was player hating so hard.
I remember that.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm an honest individual.
Hey, what'd you say though? So like two crackhead. What'd you say?
I said, fam singing. It's like he got two tramps over the fire. They
bro, you failed for real, bro. You failed for real, bro. That sound like Tiffany. For real, bro.
Oh yeah. Big salute to Cuz too.
Yeah. Sound like Tiffany, boy, for real. But yeah, man, like that man is ridiculous, bro. It's telling us out of this world, bro.
Yeah.
And
And that's and I appreciate that, Lonzo, man. That's a dope intro for us too. And thank you, my brother. Yeah. But so I noticed like you used to like, I don't know if the coronavirus or whatever, or y'all done got back into doing shows or whatever, but every weekend I used to see the crew that you with or whatever, y'all used to perform a lot, like having shows and stuff.
Yeah, we had a show. Yeah.
Have you got back into doing a lot of shows, or do you miss doing shows, or what's going on with the performance aspect, fam?
Bro, like, man, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I just posted about it today. I miss it, bro. Like, that's the performance was the exercise, you know what I mean? Like the workout. Mm-hmm. Like now you sit back home and be fat on the couch. You know what I mean? Just drop singles. So yeah, I miss it, fam. I miss it. Yeah, man. But yeah, like we're looking at it. We're actually gonna have a live stream show on the 5th for just basically performing tracks and Peach was. Okay. So we're finally getting back into live streaming, and then from there, like we want to look at having more events. It's just, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I miss it, man.
Hey, that's what's up. He said my boy Jay Bush didn't know he's on with the Podfather. Podcasting is his second language, the Two Brothers podcast. My boy Troy. Yeah, so
I gotta get on the Two Brothers podcast. I gotta be on there, man, one time.
Oh, you can come on there. When he coming on, Troy? Troy do the schedule.
Troy, Troy, please let us know. Let me know when. Just tell me now. We'll schedule it now.
When we getting Jay Bush on the Two Brothers podcast so we can talk, you know what I mean, have the intellectual conversation along with the music, fam.
Yeah, come on, Troy. Talk to us. Let us know. Two brothers gonna work it out.
Work it out. Oh, no, I can't be the women now.
Oh, God.
Okay, so the last question for, you know what I mean, we wrap the pod up, fam. 50 years from now, how do you want people to remember the content that you create in this era right now? Because this is a legendary era. 2020, 2021 is going to be in the history book. How you want people to remember this trilogy, family?
Wow, the trilogy. How do I remember it? Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh.
Talk to him.
I want to remember it, bro. Man, So like, all right, so the question I asked myself before I decided to really hop on and really do this project and commit to it was like, what doesn't change? That was my question. You know, relationships change, the whole world shifts, right? And like, I related that to like masculinity because there's a book I read that I read quite frankly, like frequently, actually. It's called The Way of the Superior Man, right? And explaining masculinity, it basically breaks down. Masculinity is that part. It's in everybody. So like females, males, it's in everybody. Everybody has a masculine aspect to them, right? But masculinity is basically described as that part of us that doesn't change, right? Like the consciousness that know who we are. Like I know I am that I am. That don't change. But I'm not the same person I was when I was 3 years old. I'm not the same person I was when I was 5 years old. I don't remember a thought or I had at that time. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't remember that. But I am still that same person, right?
Yeah.
So I want this album to like make people realize or like be remembered that regardless of the changes and shifts in the world, like we are always, you know, like I want to highlight that what is always. Yeah. And that's basically what this project is trying to get across. What's always, you know what I mean? Peach fuzz, that's going to change. Like I'm gonna have sideburns. I'm gonna have full beard. That's gonna go away.
Yeah,
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be in the soil. You know what I mean? All that's gonna happen. Whole process gonna happen. But what doesn't change is what I'm trying to highlight. So he's one that I want to be remembered as an individual that shed light on that, on what don't change.
That's saying a lot, girl. I heard a lot.
Deep.
That's metaphorically speaking, and it's straightforward at the same time.
Yeah, metaphorical and straightforward. Yeah. Each of these phases, they gonna change. It'll be forgotten, but what don't though?
Yeah, that's a fact. Hey, cuz I appreciate you coming on the podcast. I'm gonna put all your descriptions at the bottom of the podcast in the description, how they can link up. If y'all go check this out, man, and do you got a date for the second part of the Full Beard trilogy?
Oh, for Sideburns? Okay. So y'all know, I'm gonna tell y'all. So the first one's Peach Fuzz, second one's Sideburns, and the third one is Goatee. You put all three of those together, you got a full beard. So so Sideburns will be coming out late April. Late April. Yeah, I'm no specific date, but late April. Fire. It's during that season. And I'm choosing like the releases based on the season that coincides with it. You know. You got Peach Fuzz in the wintertime when everything died out, you know, all the trees are down. Yeah. And then when the sun come out and it get popping, that's when the Sideburns pop off and you out here, you know what I mean, getting it in.
Growing.
You're growing, you out here. So yeah. So late April.
Okay. Hey man, do you want to tell the folks your handles or you want me to just put it in the description, Coco?
Put in the description, but it's JBush865.
Okay.
On I think everything.
Okay.
JBush865.
JBush865. I appreciate you coming on the show, cuz. Peace, love, and abundance. If you watching the show and you tuning in and you turned up to the Trevor Jackson podcast, go get you some money and listen to that J Bush trilogy, man. That Peach Fuzz.
Love y'all. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, cuz.
All right, family. Yeah.
I gotta touch the light, I'm sorry. Ready or not, I'm on my way. Baby, sprinkle me just like E40. My people gotta see the light of day.